Running back is running thin, but I do have three of those. Now, what sticks out to me, there's one name of the available running backs: Melvin Gordon, Le'Veon Bell, Kareem Hunt, David Johnson, Keyshawn Vaughn, Darius Geis. There's one name that sticks out above the rest for a dynasty pick.
Keyshawn Vaughn.
I think it's Kareem Hunt.
I think it's Kareem Hunt.
Oh,
it's more. Yeah. It's more of a pick that's made with the future in mind.
And Kareem's 24, but
he's
I think
so young.
One of the things we got to think about with him, though, and I hate to say it, hate to be that guy, because I like to party just as much as the next guy, but he's got to stay out of the news.
That's true, but he did that most of last season, right? Up until once the season started, he pretty much stayed out of trouble. Like last summer, I guess he was seen on cameras at Barley House or what have you. But
Last summer I partied with him at a wedding, and it was impossible not to get hyped up when he was hammered drunk just saying, Cleveland Browns go to the Super Bowl, and I was like, let's go. And then
do you trust what came out in the news when he said that he wants to sign an extension with the Cleveland Browns?
It's so hard because you don't know if people are just saying the right things because it's rather than him saying, no, I won't resign here. No, you know what I'm saying? But he is from here. He went to Willoughby.
Willoughby South.
So there could be some realness there. At the same time, it's like he's a running back one, and we have
this
Nick
is Chubb's backfield.
So it's like, yeah, I'd love for him to sign an extension, but that extension better be cheap. Christian just picked the man that we were just talking about, that future pick.
Yeah, I went with Kareem Hunt because, obviously, as we mentioned, he is still one of the most talented running backs in the league, but I think that we keep forgetting it because he's not on the field enough to show it. He's the backup right now to Nick Chubb, and I do think that after this year, I can't see him signing a long-term deal in Cleveland. I think he's going to go somewhere and be a 3-down running back.
You're going to be somebody.
I'm hoping that it's a situation kind of like they were in Kansas City where it's a favorable running back situation. I'm hoping it's not somewhere like the Jets where you have to deal with bad coaching. Because if, let's say that Le'Veon Bell's on his way out, we know that Adam Gase doesn't like Le'Veon Bell. So if Le'Veon Bell's on his way out again, if he talks his way out of another place, if Kareem Hunt fills that role, I'm going to like him a whole lot less as a fantasy player. So I'm kind of holding on to that hope that Kareem Hunt is going to move on from the Browns after 2020 and find himself in a favorable situation. And he's only 24.
That's insane to me.
It's crazy how young Kareem Hunt is. And I think everyone forgets it because he's been around long enough that we're thinking he's in his upper 20s. With him only being 24, he's in a quote-unquote contract year. I don't see the Browns re-signing him. So I'm hoping that in 2021 he's going to be a 3-down back somewhere that Adam Gase is not.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Browns are in a position now where they kind of have to start. I know they have a ton of cap space, but they kind of have to start worrying about their cap space because Baker's in for a payday if they want to pay him.
We just saw Myles Garrett get a huge payday.
Garrett just got paid the highest player in Browns history, and then you would think that they're going to owe Chubb, right? I know.
They would have to pay Chubb. If you're going to let Hunt walk, you got to pay Chubb.
Yeah, there's debates on whether or not you pay a running back in that second contract, but they got to set some money aside for Chubb and Mayfield. You would assume, so it's understandable that you could see Hunt walking there. I agree there. If I was in your position, I think I would have taken him, but I like.
The next best running back that I can see there, as far as situation's concerned, is Raheem Mostert, who is right now San Fran's presumed number one running back. The thing with a Kyle Shanahan offense is you never know which running back is going to pop off for them. Because they just use a stable of running backs, and in which case any of them could go off at any given time and just take over the reins as starters for 3 or 4 games and then magically get demoted.
Such a dynamic offense. I love that offense. But for fantasy purposes, it makes things a little bit more difficult.
It's so frustrating as a fantasy offense, but it's so effective in real NFL football. Where if they just had one clear-cut guy, let's say that they get Kareem Hunt next year.
Dude,
explosive.
He would destroy that offense. He would destroy.
Like that.
If Kareem Hunt goes to San Francisco in 2021, that 6th-round pick that I made is going to look very, very good.
And also, if that happens, you heard it here first. Breaking news. Make sure everybody knows.